Hello, this is a tutorial on using a tool called Google Story Builder. Google Story Builder is a free web-based app, and it can be used to help your students with writing, organizing their thoughts, and expressing themselves. Specifically, you can use it for digital storytelling, allowing your students to be creative, thinking through a process or steps in a process. They can do some compare and contrast. They can actually use it as a form of presentation. They can do some individual brainstorming. And finally, they can also do some reflection this way. So basically, the idea of using this particular app to develop and then present a story. So in order to get to this site, it's docsstorybuilder.appspot.com. So that takes you to this particular window. And in this window, you have two places to kind of get started. You have some examples down here if you want to take a view as to what this would look like. You can click on any of these four squares. You don't need to create an account. You can. I haven't had to do that for any that I built. You can either click on Get Started or you can go right to Build. And the basic tool that it uses is Google Docs, which we're all familiar of. That's part of our Google Drive package. So if I click on Build, it's going to allow me to build this particular story. So here's the assumption for the assignment example that I'm going to present. Say it's a course like Introduction to Business, and the instructor has asked students to kind of think about some of the questions that need to be discussed and things that needed to be decided on in order to start your business. So the first thing we have to do is, again, we're creating a story. This is digital storytelling. We're creating a story. So the assumption here is that I, as the student, have chosen to create a pizza business. And so I'm going to create some characters, and rather than give them names, I'm going to kind of give them titles. So there's a manager, and there is a counter person, there is a driver, and there is a cook. So basically you can see how each one of these characters here has a different color. So when that particular character is supposedly in the story, involved in the conversation, you will see these colors associated with the words that that particular individual is adding to the story. You can see this little minus sign here. If we decide we want to blow out that character, we don't need that particular character, we can get rid of them. We can continue to add stories, and we can start over if this story that we're building kind of gets a little crazy and it's not really fulfilling the requirement of the assignment, and we feel it's better, rather than going in and editing, which we can do, it's better to just start from scratch. So then I can go and I can identify what each person is going to say. So say I'm on the manager's role here. So the manager is actually going to write the story now. So the manager is the one that's speaking. If I need an additional character to talk, I'm just going to click in the drop-down arrow here where it says character. Eventually I'll give the title to this particular story, assuming it works out correctly the way that I want. So the manager is going to say, what are some of the things we need to consider to start our pizza business? And so then if I go down here and grab another character, say the counter person says they're going to have some information that they want to add. Now if I start typing in any of these other spots where the other words are, they're going to either kind of break this up or type in front of it. So I always go behind this last thing. And the counter person's going to say, we need a name and to determine our hours. So then another character, the driver, are we charging for delivery? or is it free? And then another character, our cook, might ask, we need to determine a menu. Okay. And then the manager again. Oops. The manager again can go ahead and type in any additional information that they would like to have. This area here, when we get down to the story being done, you can see here how it's going to play back the story, and we can speed up or pause at various points to do some additional things with the story, but we don't need that. I did want to show that at this particular point in time. So if we want the manager to come back in and say something else, all good ideas. Let's talk about the menu. So then the counter person says, and they can add their piece to it. Small and large salads, small, medium, large pizzas, various toppings, two-liter pop, various varieties, and we stop there. So our driver might say, what about subs? What about wings? Do we want square or round? Or both pizzas. Okay, so you can kind of see how this works. You're just kind of engaging in this conversation. If you were using it for thinking through a process, you can have one person or multiple people kind of work their way through the process. Make it look like it's a round robin of everybody kind of discussing, okay, what's the next step that we need to do in this particular process? And it's just a different way to present a story, a process, show some comparison and contrast between things. You can have one character, if you will, be, the pro. The other one can be the con when you're looking at maybe doing some comparison and contrasting in a situation. Just another way to present. Also can be used for reflection. Each one of these, instead of a character title or a name, can actually be a concept or a topic. And then what you wanted to reflect on could be essentially the communication that's put together in each one of those. Now you do have the ability, again, you can edit any of the characters, you can edit any of the language that's in any of these spots. You just have to get into the appropriate box. You will see that in each of these boxes we have some things that's in dark, bolded kind of text and kind of grayed out. In order to change text, if I wanted to change, we need to determine, I can't change it here, I can't change it here, I need to change it in the area in which it is bolded. So I can actually go in and do some changing in that spot if that's what I want to do. I have the ability to add music. It does give you choices. I don't really like that idea, so I don't think we need music for this. So I'm going to hit finish up. If I'm all done with the story, I can give this story a title. And I can put my name in here if I'd like. And then I get the shared link. So what Google has done is they've created a URL specifically for this story builder video that I've created. And all I have to do, this is highlighted, I just Control-C or copy, and I can attach it to a document. I can send it in an email, I can upload it to Blackboard, I can share it in a Google Doc somewhere, but it's just kind of a different way of using some technology and creating kind of a digital storytelling situation to allow our students to be creative. They can think through a process, they can do some compare and contrast, It's a different way to present some material. They can actually do a reflection, and it can help students with their writing, help them organize their thoughts, and express themselves. Thank you.